Let's be real. Everybody talks about LinkedIn, but almost nobody is actually using it right. Most people still see it as just a place to park your resume online. But here's the thing, it's quietly turned into one of the most powerful, if not the most powerful, platform for organic business growth out there. The game is totally changed. So, we're going to walk you through the exact blueprint to turn your profile into a real, lead-generating machine.
And it all starts with this one single number, 1%. Now this little figure, it represents what might just be the biggest untapped opportunity for business owners online right now. Any ideas what it could be?
Well, get this. Of the over 1 billion users on LinkedIn, only 1%, are actually posting content every week. But that tiny, tiny fraction is generating an incredible 9 billion impressions. So what does that tell you? It's simple. LinkedIn isn't saturated. It is absolutely starving for good content. And that, right there, is your wide open door.
So, to get you through that door, we've broken the whole thing down into a 5-part blueprint. First, we'll get your mindset right. Then, we'll build your foundation by optimizing your profile. After that, we dive into creating content that actually gets attention, mastering engagement, and finally, tying it all up into a system you can use again and again.
Okay, first up, let's get our heads in the game. Why is LinkedIn so powerful right now? Well, the best way to think about it is to stop seeing it as just another social media site. Instead, start treating it for what it really is, the world's biggest, non-stop digital business conference.
And this little analogy, it makes everything just click. Think about it, right? Your profile, that's your business card. Your content, that's you on stage giving a keynote speech. The comments section, that's the public Q&A that happens right after your talk. And your DMs? Those are the crucial one-on-one chats in the hallway where the real deals get done.
And thinking this way really pays off. Because, yeah, other platforms might have more eyeballs in total, but they don't have the right eyeballs. B2B marketers report that conversion rates on LinkedIn are twice as high as on other platforms. You're not just reaching random people. You're connecting directly with decision makers who are already in a business mindset. It's a total game changer.
Which brings us right to our second section, optimizing your profile. Just like at that conference, a bad business card gets you absolutely nowhere. And on LinkedIn, you've got about 5 seconds, 5, to make an impression before someone just clicks away. It is literally your digital storefront. So here's a quick audit you can do right now. Pull up your profile. Is your photo professional? Does your banner clearly spell out the value you provide? Is your headline actually compelling? Does your About section read like a conversation, not just a boring resume? And, this is a big one, does your featured section give people a clear next step, a call to action? Nail these, and you turn a casual visitor into a real lead. You know, the most important piece of that whole audit is your headline. Forget just putting your job title. It's boring. Instead, use this simple but incredibly powerful formula. I help your target audience achieve the result they want using your specific method. This immediately tells your ideal client, hey, you're in the right place.
Okay, with your profile totally dialed in, it's time for that keynote speech. This is how you attract your audience. Section 3 is all about creating content that educates, entertains, and really establishes you as the go-to person in your field.
So what kind of speech actually works? Well, you've got a few proven formats: telling personal stories, posting educational content, using carousels, and running polls. But pay very close attention to video. Native video on LinkedIn is 20 times more likely to be reshared. 20. Why? Because it builds trust and connection way faster than anything else. And you don't need a fancy studio, just your phone and a good idea.
But no matter which format you choose, use this quote right here as your ultimate filter. Before you hit that post button, just ask yourself, is this educational? Is it entertaining? Or will it start a real conversation? If you can't say a solid yes to at least one of those, it's probably just going to be more noise.
And hey, here's a quick little tactical secret to get your great content seen by more people. You know that little See More link on longer posts? Well, every single time someone clicks it, it sends a positive signal to the LinkedIn algorithm. So you can trigger this on purpose by starting your post with short, punchy, 1- or 2-line sentences that make people curious. It's such a simple formatting trick, but it can dramatically boost your reach. So you're creating awesome content. That is fantastic. But posting by itself is not enough. Now we need to master strategic engagement. This is where the real growth happens. Not just broadcasting from the stage, but actually joining the conversations out in the hallways. To really get why this is so critical, you have to understand how LinkedIn's algorithm is just different. See, most platforms run on an interest graph. They show you stuff they think you'll like, but LinkedIn runs on a social graph. It prioritizes content from people you're connected to and, this is the most important part, people you engage with. Your interactions literally tell LinkedIn what to show you and who to show your stuff to.
So how do you make this a habit? Simple. Follow this daily plan. For just 10 or 15 minutes a day, go find your potential clients and leave 5 thoughtful, meaningful comments on their stuff. And I don't mean just great post. I mean actually add to the conversation. And here's the key. Do this before you publish your own content. You're basically warming up the algorithm and telling it exactly whose feeds you want to show up in.
All right, we're at our final section. We're bringing it all home. You've got an optimized profile, you're creating killer content, and you have a daily engagement habit. Now, we put it all together into a system that turns all that activity into a predictable return on your investment.
This right here is the entire customer journey on the platform, laid out as a simple funnel. It all starts with your content. That drives someone to visit your profile. Your awesome profile then leads them to start a DM conversation. From there, that conversation moves off LinkedIn to a sales call, and finally, to a brand new client. See? Every single step we've talked about fits perfectly into this journey.
Now, a super simple way to remember this whole system is the 3C framework. First, you create valuable content. Second, you use that content to start conversations. And third, you guide those conversations toward a conversion. Content, conversation, conversion. That's the engine that drives everything.
But I know what you're thinking. This is great, but where do I even begin? Well, here you go. This is your 30-day action plan. In week 1, just focus on optimizing your profile and making 50 smart connections. Week 2, start posting consistently. Week 3, you'll begin those strategic DM conversations, and by week 4, your entire focus shifts to booking meetings. It's a clear, manageable path to getting real results.
So there it is, the complete blueprint. You now have the strategy, the tactics, and the system to turn LinkedIn into a genuine growth engine for your business. You know how to build your stage, you know how to deliver your keynote, and you know how to work the room. The only question left is the one right there on your screen. What is the first story you are going to tell?